Greetings, this is the Timeshare Traveler, and today is episode 132. I had a WorldMark owner update, and I want to share the results with you. And again, this is probably appropriate even if you're not a WorldMark owner, if you happen to stumble into this, because it's somewhat about the travel industry. So they're rebranding travel and leisure to be seen as a complete travel solution, whether you're, I'll go into the details about that. They confirmed from the WorldMark, very specific WorldMark, they confirmed the founders level at 85,000 points, and that will be happening in 2024. Club Wyndham is positioned to have similar services to Airbnb. This is relative infancy, and I'm seeing this across all the companies, but I'll talk to you about the Club Wyndham perspective. And I find that interesting that they're adapting to the travel industry. And the last thing is, I'm going to be waiting for that program, the 85,000 point program, to be fully defined in writing, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. But before I do that, let me tell you a little bit about the channel, then I'll come back and dive into the details. Hang in there.
Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and WorldMark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter, Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com.
Okay, I'm back. Let's talk about rebranding of travel and leisure as a complete travel solution. I find this interesting that they're doing this, and it's actually fascinating, and I'm glad I'm an owner with WorldMark, which gives me access to this. Travel and Leisure is a complete travel brand. You can do cruises, experiences, timeshares, condos, homes, etc. And they have discount based on levels of the timeshare ownership. They have discount travel options for cars, hotels, homes, airfare, etc. And going beyond the 400 plus timeshares that they own. So I find this interesting that they're really becoming they're travel companies, the way they're trying to position themselves across everything, and that does add general value. Still haven't figured out how I want to take advantage of that. So they've also increased the number of hotels. So one of the weaknesses I've always had with sort of the Wyndham family is their hotels are not that they're kind of the average or below average hotels, are not the top scale hotels. But now they're basically giving you access with this program to give you access to the higher end hotels. So it's not travel and leisure at the highest level becomes they have access to the upper level hotels if that's what you can do at discounts. So that's an interesting approach, that they expand themselves beyond just the umbrella of what they physically own. And the other thing is they've expanded travel and leisure to rent out homes. Large homes in resort areas and across your home and world, and they also have programs in addition that manage rental homes. So that's kind of interesting. I think it's a change in the industry, but I think that the first one to sort of brand themselves that way, probably, at least they're doing a pretty good job at that, probably one of the best. The next thing I want to talk about is the founders level for those, the WorldMark. If those are Club Wyndham, you've had it for a while, but the WorldMark people, that's a new thing. And I had a call before the holidays in 2022 to talk about it, but there was literally just a phone call, so I'm still not interested. But they've confirmed that it's all now in the sales at 85,000 point tier. Benefits in 2024 to roll out, ability to convert WorldMark to Wyndham rewards, which is great because then you can use them for the hotels across the packages, in which what they're saying with travel and leisure, that means including the homes and so forth. Some discussion about common currency, and that's sort of what Vistana and Marriott have done. They've standardized across all of that, and the same with Hilton and Diamond. They've created a common currency. So there's discussion about that. It wasn't, again, a lot of this is, it's going to be coming, but it's not defined, and that's kind of where I'm in a holding pattern until I know whether it's worth it to me. And it did happen to Shell owners, so there's some precedence for that. For those of you who were Shell owners that went to Club Wyndham. The other thing is that at that level, there'll be full access to Club Wyndham and Margaritaville properties. Not clear if you still have to pay $99. I believe you will. And again, they're going to have the different levels. The travel and leisure will have greater discounts with different levels. So it's potentially an interesting package, but it's not in writing. So I'm sort of in a holding pattern there. The next topic is relevant for people with gray hair, my age, who have kids, and you bought your timeshares looking to pass those on as a legacy. And then you find your kids are interested more in doing Airbnb, condos, homes, and less interested in sort of the timeshare constant maintenance. So what Travel and Leisure is saying is cheaper than booking direct because they're using excess inventory. Vacasa is a branded property rental owned by Travel and Leisure. So it's basically, they're like Airbnb. They actually have, when you stay there, they have Vacasa shampoo and so forth. And I've stayed for a week and a night, and it's really easy to use your Wyndham rewards points and do that. So they're actually offering, you can take your, it's almost like another exchange capability. It's a similar model to Airbnb. The owners are managed by Vacasa, so you sign up like you do for Airbnb. Again, I mentioned that Vacasa has branded towels, shampoos. So I find that that's interesting that there's there's a recognition that that's where the travel industry is going, and I applaud the Wyndham brand for focusing on it. Maybe it's survival, but it's also good that they're taking a proactive approach. Lastly, I'm waiting for this all to be fully developed. It's all slideware, and actually it's not even full slideware. For example, there's not a lot of details like no firm rates or discount levels. Can you tell me what the levels of discounts are at the different, what levels you have at the Travel and Leisure? No details on conversion rates. How much can convert? How do you convert? What's it worth? Because again, I can't judge the value, whether it's worth going to that level. And I don't need additional points right at the moment. I potentially could use them if there was enough value to them and enough flexibility. I understood that. So that's something I could consider doing. Again, more detail on Travel and Leisure needed to understand the benefits. Right now you have to buy in to learn the benefits, and I just don't like that approach. I'd like more documentation, and I made it clear to the salesperson, and I'm making it clear in this video. And the more voices we add to that, I think the opportunities. No details of backup claims of best. I did a Google search on best travel sites, and Travel and Leisure doesn't show up. It shows up sometimes, but it doesn't show up in the top 10 brands. So they don't really have an online presence except sort of in the background, and it's not clear how they're different. So those are the things that are just kind of up in the air that I think they need to be further developed. And I like to analyze it like it's a business choice for me. Like, I'm going to spend money. What am I going to get out of it? I don't buy timeshares just because I'm emotionally excited about something. I know I work hard to learn how to use them, and I try to share everything that I do. So hopefully this video is helpful for you. Please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.